Their son was a high school standout. Then he was targeted, the victim of an online sextortion scheme, and sadly, 17-year-old Jordan DeMay took his own life.
And that was March of 2022. Then just last month, the men behind the extortion were indicted, and now his parents want you to know exactly what happened to their son that night. Kimberly Gill traveled to Marquette in the UP to meet them, and Kim, they told you this story is so important to get out for other parents.
It really is, and good evening to you guys. I have to tell you, I was so moved meeting Jennifer Buda and John DeMay. They are so brave. They feel strongly it's their purpose to share what happened to their son, even though it's difficult to talk about. They want you to know what sextortion is, how fast it happens, so you can talk to your children because they feel it could save someone else's life.
But that would have been his senior year. It would have been his last season at Marquette High School. But that smile right there was classic Jordan DeMay.
Jordan DeMay's parents describe all the things that made the 17-year-old special.
Jordan was a really kind individual. He was very social. He was inclusive with everybody. The kid dancing around the locker room, smiling. He played sports, was very involved in sports. He was a very compassionate young man with a future ahead of him.
Jordan's promising future and pleasant personality was the exact reason his family believes he was targeted in a social media sextortion scam. It only took a few exchanges on Instagram to change everything.
Did you know how much he used social media, or was it ever a problem?
We monitored his text messages for a long time. We monitored his usage, his phone. We set all the parent restrictions through Verizon and through Apple and everything that we could do. But as he got older, he was 7 weeks away from his 18th birthday. So at that point, it was like, you know, he's going to be an adult. He can make his decisions here. So,
can you talk about the day of the tragedy? What happened?
I had received a text message from Jordan that said, "Mother, I love you," which wasn't out of the ordinary. You know, it didn't set off any alarms in my head that he texted me during the middle of the night. But as I was getting myself ready and my daughters ready, I texted him back and he didn't respond. And when he didn't respond, I knew that something wasn't right.
So she messaged me in the morning and just asked, "Hey, is Jordan at your house? Did he go to school?" So I got up and I peeked out the window and I saw his car in the driveway, which I thought was odd. So I'm like, oh, he slept in today. And completely not like him. I think he's only missed the bus once or twice his entire school age. So I went into his bedroom and I found him in his bedroom in his bed.
Jordan, just weeks before graduation and his 18th birthday, took his own life in the middle of the night.
I mean, you didn't hear anything out of the ordinary that night, or?
Unfortunately, I did. He shot himself at approximately 3:45 in the morning, and I happened to be up going to the restroom at the same time, and I heard the shot. It didn't compute with me. I was, you know, in the middle of the night, half sleeping, and it startled me, and I thought about it for a second, and it didn't sound like a gunshot for sure. It was loud, and so I didn't know if he just kicked something over in his room or spilled something or whatever, you know, and so I just went back to bed.
So you see that this has happened, there's a panic, but how do you put it together that it was something related to being bullied in the sextortion on social media?
So the people that were speaking with Jordan on Instagram, they sent one of the photos to Jordan's girlfriend at the time. And she contacted us and let us know, and we let the detectives know, and they took it from there.
The detectives discovered Jordan had been speaking to 3 men from Nigeria who were pretending to be a teenage girl, asking for nude photos of Jordan.
They were grooming him for those hours. Simple conversations, slowly progressing into flirting and into more sexual type conversations, and basically got to the point where he sent a picture of himself to her.
One of the men demanded money from Jordan, writing, "I will send these nudes to everyone and also send to your family and friends until it goes viral. All you have to do is cooperate with me and I won't expose you."
And when that happened, it was lights out. And that was a little after midnight. And then the tables turned and the extortion happened and the pressure, and they pushed him hard.
Later, Jordan wrote, "I'm going to kill myself right now because of you." They replied, "Do that fast or I'll make you do it."
These three guys from the other side of the planet came into my home, who was secured, while we were sleeping, and murdered my son.
He sent them $300.
I believe he sent him money multiple times.
How long was this going on? Do we have any idea?
6 hours.
Did you even know it was a thing? I don't know that I even knew that this was even...
Maybe way in the back of my head, but not to this extent where they are pressuring young kids, young adults, and asking for the amounts of money that they are. I had no idea that it was going to that point.
And that's why we're here, is I think we need to be the voice for the parents who either can't talk about this or maybe have some reservations about bringing this to the public. There's a lot of embarrassment in this stuff, but you know, in our case, this is the story that needs to be told, and people need to know about this, especially parents, because they don't know what's going on.
I can't save him, but maybe we can save some other kids by sharing his story.
It is heartbreaking. Well, Jennifer and John have heard from many more families who are facing similar situations. Kids are being sextorted, and it happens fast, sometimes just 2 or 3 hours. Coming up at 6, their crucial advice for parents and what they wish Jordan would have known.
It's just devastating. And back when we reported it, I had no idea how condensed
I didn't realize
this all
it was
just
6
went
hours.
so quickly.
So fast. Yeah.
So where's the criminal case now, Stan?
Yeah, so there are 3 men from Nigeria. They're being extradited here to face charges. It's unclear how quickly that will happen. They're accused of not just extorting Jordan, but also more than 100 other teenagers and young adults. So this is not the only case that sextortion is a huge, huge problem. So
Heartbreaking.
it is, and you know, you just don't know how big of a deal it is. And he probably felt embarrassed to, once it got so far, to come and tell his parents.
What it would do to the family. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know the story so much. We want to make sure to remind you, we've got the number on your screen right now. The Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is on your screen right now. You can call, you can text, you can chat with an expert, but it's so important to have those conversations.